morning I called maintenance because, excuse me, this morning I called maintenance because, oh, sorry, that was the TV. This morning I called maintenance because roaches have been, or there have been roaches. I don't like any of this, and I don't know what it means, but I was suspicion it has to do with false memory, but I also have a suspicion it has to do with repressed memory. But I changed a deadbolt, except another one has been changed. Now this one, though, has got paint on it. So it predates us, except, and I don't have a key that fits it. And neither did maintenance. And a roach just came out because Odin was looking at it. I need to scoop up that roach before he eats it. Worms, you can get worms from roaches. Please, somebody help with it. The animals. I'm going through something, and I don't know what it is. And I cannot let anything happen to them, but I'm of no use to them. If this turns out to be something that I'm going to have to deal with, either memory-wise or otherwise, they need help. Besides my husband last night, the intake air, I noticed somehow I got to where only one screw was holding it into the wall. So I had my husband unscrew it. When he looked inside, the filter was desperately in need of changing. I pushed back in the caddy corner of it. And then this morning it popped out again. So I had maintenance come in and put more screws in. And he was here and, looked at it and everything. And then he couldn't open the deadbolt. So, before my husband went to work, I tried the keys I have. Make sure. I didn't have a key to it because I'd never been able to open it. So the roaches came out. And Odin. I don't know what this means. What's under there, huh? What's under there? Oh, it's a piece of carpet. So something is happening, and I'm trying to document it so that I can know where it's coming from. But if our security or other maintenance guy can come in, because it sounded like he said he was missing or something. I have no idea what this means. But I'm being reminded a lot about this episode of Good Times with the guy in the closet. But I've had so much trickery, and I don't know always where from, that I don't know what to believe. And again, I hate to harp on this, but no one's helping me. But I could be blocking myself somehow. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. I guess I'm going to bring you on my crazy journey with me because I have no other choice. I'm not going to just sit here and not figure it out. And talking helps figure it out. And I don't have anyone else to talk to anymore. I don't know what I've done. I know what I haven't done. Not specifics, but I know what I wouldn't do and haven't done. But I also know, oh my goodness, hold on. Okay, let me get there. I'll be right back with the story. No, I'll tell the story now, real quick, because this doesn't have anything to do with it. So I read this story one time. I don't even remember where I read it. I think it was like a compilation or anthology type thing, but it wasn't science fiction. And it was about a man. I don't remember the details of how this happened, but I think he was mugged. Oh no, mugging. I thought that was about my fake mugging. Maybe it was, but I'll figure it out. In the story, there was a mugging. And there was a man who got mugged. And something that I hadn't thought about and that even, it was first person, hadn't thought about. Is that actress at a younger age? Oh my goodness, I thought she was familiar. Odin looking for. Well, so in the story after the mugging, I guess they were in an alley, and the woman raped the man by, was messing him and being on top of him. And I was thinking, well, oh, really? I think, but then again, I couldn't even understand that situation at the time. And it, led me to a second part of that story where a woman had a crush on a coworker, and they, the coworker was splitting up with her live-in boyfriend, and the guy, the guy was, and the girl had the crush on the guy. It was kind of flip, but not flip of the, oh, Dean, what is that? What do you see over there? Flip of the, what is it? I'm gonna have to, where they kind of, tried to date a little bit after the split up, but didn't really, and they went out a couple times, and they had just kind of some normal things and some not normal things, like before anything, me talking, kind of building a closeness together, and at his home. But nothing happened, and just talk, and that kind of built it in her heart, and that's why in the church we always learned and talked about not being alone, because then you can foster those feelings, and they can develop, and of course when emotions hit, especially when you're young. So we go out, in general, we go out and we, in groups, meet, and do things together. But that, comfortability that was developing is through conversation. In that other story, she, became very smitten, and, didn't know whether he was, really feeling the same way. But, young people date, they fool around or whatever. And eventually, when the guy, finally left and found a place, she helped him. And this is, man, why do so many of my stories mirror or parallel other stories? I'm not understanding that right now. This is very confusing still. And, somebody could be listening. If you see me outside, wondering or looking around, I'm trying to figure out what's happening with me. That it's not craziness, it's confusion is what it is. Because of all of this, because I'm not making any of this up as far as how it's coming out in my head. And I don't like some of the ideas that it creates, but back to that story. And then I'll come back with the real stuff. Excuse me. So, I'm have to make some notes. So yeah, so she continues to see the guy, and afterwards, and then they it's like freedom suddenly, and they go out, and, it's a group, and they go back to his new place, and there's, light fooling around, and then she takes it further and possibly, forgets that this is about the girl who had read that, another girl who had heard that story rather than that story. Stories and stories. And, but, I mean, maybe this parallels something about me saying stop before. Because I can remember at one point saying stop about something and it stopping, as far as I remember. But in this instance, it really kind of stopped quite prematurely. And probably because of drunkenness, because that was all it was about those days, not drugs. And Lord knows I've never roofied anybody. To that time, I wouldn't even know where to get it, and I'd never even heard of GHB. So it was, as far as, she thought just them fooling around, and it was over before it even started. And, she later came to meet the ex-wife of the guy after she saw that he was also, catting around town. Oh, there's that word. Cat. Yeah, little boy. Oh, good kitty. Sorry. Baby talk. I know. I said that was one point. I said that was weird. Not, for remembering that I did it to my kids too. And so, fortunately, she didn't get pregnant. Well, she couldn't actually. And she thought that was that. And then later, she ended up realizing that she had more in common with the ex-wife. And kind of, became friends there, but for some reason she, became troubled without understanding why. And, there was always that possibility that she was remembering something, or starting to. And from that circumstance, about her. And so it really wasn't a happy story, actually. I don't remember the end, so I'll try to and let you know. But she, if it was something that was taken in a different way, they were the same age, and it was not anything prolonged, but also nothing that she. I think you get the idea. She just. She came to regret it, and possibly didn't understand how much maybe he regretted it. And she felt really bad about that, but she also had no way of communicating that to him because he was elsewhere and didn't know how she could do that. And I think, if I remember right, it eventually kind of destroyed her relationship and her friendship with the ex-wife and some other friends that she'd made. And like I said, it was pretty much a tragedy. And she ended up just living out her days until they were all taken, or the rest of them were taken from her. This is going to be a lot, and I don't know where it's going. That story's over, by the way. I don't know where the rest of this is going, but I can't run from it still, and I won't, because too much pain has been caused from doing that, I think, and I don't think I even know half of that yet. So it's Saturday, and that's where it's Saturday. Let me see. And by myself, I may actually call that there. It was the 15th of August, and there is a lot of searching and researching, and hopefully I can find a way to comfortably do that. But I'm not sitting here trying to run from or deny anything. I'm trying to figure it out. And it's a hard time because I'm being prevented, and that could be me sabotaging myself. But I'm not going to stop because it does not feel good. And if it doesn't feel good for me, I can feel good for other people around me. I guess, if I was all alone, I could deny it and just keep this stuff down for the rest of my life, but it's not the right thing to do. Not the right thing to do. I've got other things to do. My husband take care of our home, help keep us here or somewhere, and the animals, and oh God, I've got paying forward to do that I haven't been able to do. One particular one in top of my mind that happened when I went to PetSmart, and the woman behind me paid my bill because I had forgotten my wallet and I didn't have stupid Apple Pay yet set up on my phone. And I'll never forget that. That was one of the biggest instances I've had of that type of goodness, and it was in a transitional period of me coming around like this, and it really helped me see what I need to do, and I will not forget that. And when I can, I will pay that forward, but I have no money anymore. Maybe I'm not allowing myself to have the money. Maybe I'm not allowing myself to use the phone or allowing myself to use the internet. And that's too dangerous, because when I do, it's the wrong places. And if it's a real memory, then I gotta face it. If it's a fake memory, I have to face that in a different way. But I have no other way to do it than this. And that means that this is how I'll do it. It'll never be about what I was doing before, because that was probably because of this, or whatever it is. And I hate this period of time where I was somebody else. And I've got to figure out what happened so it won't happen again. Because there's still that minor chance that it's just people messing with me from what I did online. And even that I can't run from because I won't. And that's it, probably for today.